Hey guys, we've got a lot of Overwatch news to talk about, including the Mercy Valkyrie nerf, the Junkrat Explosive Mine nerf, Overwatch League Stage 1 Week 5, and of course, the Overwatch Year of the Dog event. So let's get started. What's up guys, and welcome to another Overwatch Replay, the show that gives you all the tips and tricks you need to know to become a better Overwatch player. The show also gives you all the news you need to know to become a better Overwatch player. So let's start with the Junkrat and Mercy nerfs. Junkrat didn't really get too many changes other than his concussion mine, which actually now deals less damage to targets farther away from the explosion's center, so there's actually damage fall off. And I know we covered this last episode, but I think we need to say it again for all you people who may have missed that episode. So Junkrat got a huge, more or less, not the biggest change, but now he won't be able to just walk into you holding down left click and then throwing two mines at you and not worrying about where they're going. Now there's actually going to be some skill involved in when he lets that concussion mine explode, because it has to get closer to you, thus giving you more time to escape. For instance, if you're D.Va, or if you're Winston, or if you're Reaper, you have that much more time to react to the concussion mine and figure out where it's going. So no more problems with Junkrat. He's finally in a place that makes sense. So the next nerf comes in the form of Valkyrie, Mercy's Valkyrie, which is her ultimate ability. No longer does she have instant resurrections, and no longer does she get a second charge when she uses it. So this is actually a welcome addition according to some of the pro players. The developers specifically say that Mercy's recent resurrect changes have helped in allowing enemies to have more counterplay in dealing with her, but she was able to use Resurrect through Valkyrie enough to largely mitigate the impact of the previous changes. So basically, no longer can she counteract a counterattack on her team. So she was basically able to mitigate all, basically two people res, which is a huge shift in play. When you get two picks, your team has pretty much won the fight, but at that point usually your team is maybe half health or taking some damage, so Mercy would come in and just immediately ruin your push. So no longer can she do that. Also, the speed bonus Guardian Angel received when activating Valkyrie has been decreased by 50%, so now she'll be a little easier to kill. And also the duration has been reduced by 5 seconds, so from 20 seconds to 15 seconds. I think that's a welcome addition. I thought that ultimate lasted like way longer than any push ever lasted. It was crazy. Moving on in Overwatch news, on Thursday, starting tomorrow, which is February 8th, 2018, Blizzard's going to be enacting the Overwatch Year of the Dog event, which is basically the follow-up to last year's Year of the Rooster event, where we saw a Chinese New Year themed event. So Gong Hei Fa Choi to all our Cantonese-speaking viewers out there. It's going to be fun, there's going to be a lot of festivities. I assume there will be a lot more skins. As of the recording of this video on Tuesday the 6th, I do not know. I have not seen any of the skins. I'm sure they're going to be Chinese New Year themed as last year's were, and I'm almost certain that those skins will be able to for repurchase, which is really awesome, because I think those were some of the most creative skins ever created in Overwatch. So go ahead and check those ones out. I know Winston, Reinhardt, Roadhog, Zenyatta, and even Mei had some pretty cool skins, so go check those out. I'm sure there will be a dog-themed skin for Roadhog, and it might get a little creepy, or it might be cute. I'm not sure which one. So moving on to Stage 1, Week 5 of the Overwatch League, we have the schedule here for you. Starting on Wednesday, February 7th, which is the air date of this video, there will be, I'd say, one interesting match that I urge you all to watch if you can stay up this late, 11 p.m. I know that could be late for some of you guys. We have Seoul Dynasty playing, and now they have a record. They're sitting at third place here with 6-2, 6 wins and 2 losses. They suffered a loss to the London Spitfire and the New York Excelsior, who both have lost only one match. and they're sitting tied for first place with 7 wins and 1 loss. So that's going to be an interesting match to watch to see if Seoul can claw their way back up to the top, as they were heavily favored in the preseason. Now, moving on to Thursday, I'd say London Spitfire, always awesome to watch them, and the Houston Outlaws have yet to prove themselves. They are sitting in 4th place right now, tied for 4th anyways, with Boston Uprising, Los Angeles Valiant, and Philly Fusion. I think that it's worth watching the top teams, and I would say if you can check them all out, definitely watch all these matches. These are pro players. I mean, these are the best of the best. They're definitely always entertaining to watch, even the Shanghai Dragons, who are sitting in solid last place with no wins and 8 losses. But yeah, so I think it's always exciting to watch these matches. You can learn so much. Particularly, I want to highlight Saturday's match on the 10th at 2 p.m. New York Excelsior and London Spitfire will fight for the rightful place of first place in the last week of Stage 1. Now, coming down here, you'll see the title matches of Stage 1. So these will be between, I believe, the 1st and 2nd place and the 3rd and 4th place teams. And there's a large prize pool, as you can see. 125,000 US dollars will be the prize pool for, I believe, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. Obviously, 1st place getting the most money. And so that's about it. I think this is going to be a crazy week, particularly this game. I urge you all to block it out on your schedule, because this is going to be a really crazy game to watch. Pine is really amazing. His hair is so cool. And New York Excelsior is only Korean, as well as London Spitfire. This is going to be the battle of the Korean pro Overwatch players. So definitely check that out. And without further ado, we can get moving on to the Overwatch replay. What's up, guys? So today we have a competitive match on Oasis, where I'm going to take you through the first capture point. And I play D.Va on this point. So D.Va, I've sort of always really liked D.Va as a character. I think she's really mobile, obviously, with her boosters. She can be almost anywhere on the map, and she can apply a lot of pressure to a lot of different characters, particularly now with her rocket barrage, and she really can contest these characters that end up staying on the high ground, especially in the lower rankings, I think. You might end up having a lot of troubles with Junkrats, although we did talk about his recent nerf. And really, now we can talk about how D.Va, on this level, I don't really have to contest anyone on the high ground, but let's take a look at our team lineup here. So this match was actually after the nerf, so you might notice we don't have a Mercy on our team. I think this is because people are sort of sick and tired of having to choose Mercy when playing healers, although I might advise not against picking Ana currently. I think she sort of got nerfed a lot when her ultimate got nerfed. She's still a powerful, with a good Ana on your team, she's still incredibly powerful, but I'm thinking that Moira is more or less one of the better healers in the game now. So as we take a look at our team, an odd pick, we have a Symmetra, although it does end up helping us out in the first point a little bit, at least. As you'll see later, we have a Junkrat who did get nerfed, so I'm a little wary about this pick, but you know, tough luck. And we have a Roadhog and a D.Va, so we don't really have a shield tank, but on these types of maps, unless you really want to set up on it, you don't really necessarily need one. Of course, this is all contextual, and we'll see how this match goes. So as we move on ahead, let's see the first fight. I totally got it. I skipped it. Oh god. Hopefully editor cut that out. Okay, so the first match, the first attack, we're sort of moving on through the middle. We don't really have a plan. This is bronze play, by the way. I currently have 2 accounts. One is, I made a video about this. One is gold and one is bronze. I don't really play on the gold account because I'm afraid I'm going to drop down if I play alone. So I wait around for Yvonne to play with us. So we end up finding out that 3 of their team, I believe this is a Lucio behind, if I remember the name correctly, 3 of their team has pushed around this way, and they also have a Mercy, as you can see. So actually 5 of their team, sorry. So I didn't see this person over here. We have their 2 tanks, 2 healers, and I believe this is a Junkrat over here. So we're totally screwed. Our Ana actually ends up getting a lot of sleep darts during this match, and as you'll see, I see the threat, and I know that my job as D.Va is to stick with the team, and potentially if I see a threat up high, this is my general game plan as D.Va. If I see a potential threat up high that is doing a lot of damage to our team, such as a Junkrat or a Soldier 76 or a McCree that's pushed up to a high ground, or even a Pharah or a Widowmaker, my job is to, provided my team is safe, I can jump up there and displace them. I don't even have to kill them. I just merely have to displace them. My team should be able to pick up the kill otherwise. If they see D.Va dashing up, this is just general game knowledge, alright? So you have to, if you see D.Va moving up, you have to take aim at the person D.Va's firing at, provided you can shoot them. So, as you'll see, I immediately see the threat. I see 5 enemies here, or I guess I saw 3 at the time, and I realize that my team is behind me. So this is another thing that you may or may not have to work on in Overwatch, is just general game awareness. Just where the hell is your team, right? So you need to know where your team is at all times. It's a really important fact. So I knew I pushed in with my team this way. Or it's a really important game knowledge thing to have in the game. So I immediately pushed back. Luckily, I guess Symmetra set up 3 turrets here, so now we're doing a lot of damage to this Roadhog. And as D.Va, I'm sticking in the front, and I'm absorbing any large damage blows that may be coming my way. And unfortunately, Roadhog is actually fairly, as we get a nice blockage here. Body block conveniently. Oh, now I'm in Roadhog. Let's take here. So Roadhog is actually a fairly good counter to D.Va. When he gets that hook, he can easily land a shot or 2, and this is I guess a key thing that the Roadhog D.Va matchup. So when you get hooked as D.Va, you should not try to immediately flip up the defense matrix. That's actually going to come out later than Roadhog's first shot. So instead, you can actually just boost, and I think maybe half the time or all the time you will be able to avoid the shot. So you'll at least be able to avoid half of the shot, which is better than taking the whole shot, then flipping up defense matrix and standing there. So I think generally, and of course you'll get to get out of the way. So that's generally, I was putting myself in a precarious situation there, but I end up getting a nice sort of ejection, and the other team sort of did not notice me at all, and this sort of leads to us capturing the point. So we took out Mini D.Va and Soldier 76, of course, but from the help of my teammates. And then now this Mercy sort of just flies into me. Roadhog completely ignores me, and this is bronze play for you. So here we get another double kill. So help from the teammates. Junkrat gets 2 kills, and then I pretty much picked, let's be honest, I picked up the kill on the Mercy. That Mercy was trying to res. That was a poor res on her part. She should be looking to get out of there or be healing the Roadhog. Pretty much she should have realized that her 2 teammates had gone down, and she should get the F out of there. So really, that's, again, general team awareness. Look at the feed up there, the kill feed. It's really important. You need to understand these things. So we end up taking the point. I get my mech back. Anna wastes her healed grenade for some reason. And you'll see there, let's see how much I lose. They really have nerfed defense matrix, so which is great. I mean, D.Va was kind of OP as fuck. But now our Symmetra is starting to set up some turrets so she can hold down the point, and she ends up getting her ult, I believe, very soon. So you'll see the team comes up on the right side, which is pretty dangerous for us. I flip up my defense matrix, and for a second, for literally a split second, and I just sort of fade away. In fact, I think I could have ended up standing there. Although I have positioned myself, I've already lost half my defense matrix. These are the things you have to keep in mind with when playing D.Va. You have to. This is you can say this is the difference between life and death. Your defense matrix is so important to your team, and you need to be able to flick it up within very short notice here. So Roadhog, I believe, hooks the Lucio, but Lucio obviously gets out of that. And I'm sort of just launching a barrage into there because I saw there were pretty much the whole team. I'm probably going to hit some of them. But D.Va ends up flanking here, so... And then she stands still. And as you can see, my aiming's just a little off. This game, you know, you have bad games, you have good games when you aim sometimes, and I'm not going to make any excuses. I was just poor aiming. I think I played pretty poorly this game, I would say. But I think it's definitely useful to look into these games as well. So, I see that there's a Junkrat, also named Lesbian D.Va, funnily enough. And Junkrat's hitbox is pretty simple for D.Va to mow down. You just have to aim right here. If you aim right here in the middle of him, which I'm not, as you can see, you're going to mow him down within a second or two. So right there, I aimed at him, but he can jump out of there pretty quickly. And he was just launching grenades at me. So I'm taking a lot of damage, so I'm thinking I should get out of here because he's being supported and I'm not playing well. So I'm backing up. Where are my healers? I need to find them in order to get healed. So this is a key thing as well. You need to be aware of where your healers are at all times because that's how you're going to stay alive. So just be aware of where your healers are. Be aware, if you're playing a tank, be aware of where your team is so you can protect them. And if you see someone on high ground, I guess specifically D.Va now, if you see someone on high ground, definitely just boop them off or just pressure them. Honestly, there's going to be a squishy or a character with 200 or less health or 250 or less health on the high ground. Those are the characters that can get up there generally, and so those characters are going to be the ones that you need to take out or at least apply pressure to them. When you start applying pressure to them, they know that they're going to be taking a lot of damage, a high percentage of their health. And as you can see, our Symmetra got her shield barrier up, her shield projection thing up, which is pretty awesome for us. Now, I think we have it the entire round, which is pretty sweet for us. So I end up getting my ult here, and I'm trying to flank here, which is nice. I see the Mercy, and I think this is my chance. I can do it. I can mow her down. I didn't get enough damage on her. I used my ult, and I end up getting the Lucio, which is pretty nice. I think maybe worth the ult, although I believe the Mercy might just res her. So this is a bad play, and I'm sorry, Epic Pen decided to stop working on me today, which of all days when I record this. So I get the Lucio, right? And then now I'm sort of fading around, moving around, looking for my team, and as you can see, I had half health when I did this move. This is a poor move on my part. Not to mention I get ulted in the face by Dragoon 1000. So I'm dashing into 4 people. This is, again, like I said, I played poorly. I played poorly in this match. 2 of them being tanks, one of them being Roadhog, who I believe actually did waste his, no, he might be reloading, or about to use his ult. Actually, I think he's using his ult right now. And Soldier uses ult, and Winston put up his bubble. Now I'm just in his bubble. I can't be healed by Ana. I don't think I can be healed. I can be healed by Moira right now, but I've put myself in the bubble, quite literally. And so this is a horrible play. Never do this as D.Va. I think we should have just backed off the point, or slowly backed up, or very urgently backed up, and just let them have the point. Let them use up these ults, and then I wouldn't have lost my life immediately, and you know, shit like this wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have gotten 4 kills easily. Simple buttons. I pushed one button, I died. So, and then now I'm clearly tilted. I'm telling people to group up, but I feel like things are not working out. They're just, Junkrat gets a kill, so he's thinking, oh, I should probably go in. Moira is still on the point when they had 4 or 5. I think they had 4 people on the point. I don't know why. And sometimes, if you're being frustrated, as I was when in this rank, if you're in bronze and you end up seeing a bunch of your teammates, you know, just walking into the point, it's kind of ridiculous that they do these, right? These things. But something as simple as just standing still outside of the point or towards your spawn can be enough to convince a couple of your passerbyers teammates to not go onto the point. They'll see, oh, he's not going on the point, maybe I should go on the point. And then this guy was being tilted. He's trying to figure out whatever, it doesn't matter, I don't even care about the context. Basically, he's trying to put his ult on me because he's Ana, which is great, thank you very much. And I'm sort of ending up making a very aggressive play as D.Va here. Luckily, I didn't know that the shield ult that Symmetra has projects all the way to here, which is actually really nice. Keep that in mind when they maybe buffer in the future. But yeah, so basically, this is a very aggressive play. What am I doing? I'm doing nothing for about 3 or 4 seconds, and I'm not with the team. As a tank, your primary priority is to push in with the team and protect the team so the DPS can do the damage, to take out the tanks, to take out the healers, etc. As D.Va, you can be a little more aggressive, but I don't think necessarily flanking and leaving your team idle like this is very smart. So I could have been having the defense matrix up on this Roadhog. He would have been fine. Instead, I was just firing, and I've done maybe 100 damage to Roadhog. And Roadhog's dead. And then I just I guess I almost killed the Junkrat. If you're gonna be aggressive with D.Va, at least get the kills, right? So it's just poor play on my part. But luckily, I sort of team up with Symmetra. We end up getting 2 kills, which is not bad. But right now, we should be backing off the point, waiting for Ana. But it looks like these are especially on capture King of the Hill type levels. I will just let this play out. You sort of end up getting into these especially in lower rankings like this one, these incredibly long, drawn-out matches, right? Or fights, rather, specific instances, where you sort of aren't getting kills fast enough to clear the point, right? As we're sort of slowly taking out their team, and then you sort of end up going from 0% to 99% on the enemy, and it was a very long, drawn-out fight. And then these fights can be exhausting, and your teammates, you'll see 1 or 2 go down, you'll still trickle in, you'll win, you'll kill 1 or 2, then they'll trickle in, and then it sort of ends up being this ridiculously long fight. And that's not generally, if you watch the Overwatch League, it's generally not how the Overwatch League goes. It's not how professional plays goes. I'm not saying everyone has to play the meta, and everyone has to be as good as the professionals. But honestly, I mean, think about it. This game is a team game, so we should be pushing it as a team. That's what the professionals do. And so this is why I urge everyone to watch the Overwatch League. But that's my spiel. That was sort of the end of that first point. So we'll end the episode here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a good week out there, enjoying the Overwatch League, and maybe playing, getting some sick skins on the Overwatch Year of the Dog event. Until next week, I'm Julien, and we're Hungover Gaming. Consider subscribing and liking this video if you liked it, if you found it informative. Tell us in the comment section below what you guys think we should cover, and until next week, I'm Julien. Peace out.